Yes, great. I'm developer. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know how to record video in Zoom. Thank
Yeah,
you.
after so
Now,
many
now
interviews.
it's recording. That's good.
Yeah, that's cool. I have
Yeah,
good light, so yeah,
I
cool.
I use the window for lights.
Hmm.
And I got this shirt. I got in the vintage store. So I'm all ready for whatever that we are trying to do.
We do not know. How is Luna, by the way?
She's not here, but she's like very cute, and I don't know, being around, living in a home. She's like a widow, like an old lady,
Yes, she is.
and she just stands in the room when I think sometimes she's very sad because she doesn't go out, but we have
Yeah,
sun in the room. She can lay on the floor and get the sun.
yeah. I guess animals are too like struggling really in the being in zero. Today I am nanny of the rabbit of my roommate because she went to Madrid, so she was like, "Can you keep an eye on her because this rabbit apparently has a um, like a stage of teenagers." So she or he, I don't know, they are doing like a lot of weird stuff, like starts to jump on
Yeah.
everything and pieces, does this like shit everywhere. So this was like having an empty teenager in the room, and I just left her or him in the balcony. So I'm like
I
just entering, see if it is alive, and I'm going out because it seems hostile. So I'm sure the cat is the best animal you can have home.
Yeah, the
Definitely.
rabbits are the wild animals. Rabbits live in the forest, so there's no how to use the litter box, or I don't know what it's called, how to shit properly. That's what I
Yeah,
what I mean to try.
they are weird, and I do not like being around them. So I prefer cats.
Yeah. How
Do
how
you
are you?
outside?
Sorry?
Do you hear the music at this moment?
Yeah, a
What
little
is
bit. Well, it's a festival. It's
not know what is going on? It was not just like so quiet until this moment. Exactly until this moment, it was just
okay.
peace, quiet, and I don't know what is going on right now. So I'm going to close everything.
There's a festival going on right now in Spain where they dress up as KKK clothes and just
Yeah, yeah,
it's
it's
very
like
weird for me because I don't know if they know what they are doing, but when I look, yeah, I think just that, and I'm like, I'm scared,
yeah.
even
I was
though,
when I first arrived and I saw them. I was like, it was a mistake to come here because these
yeah.
people are crazy. So, mm,
Mm.
yeah,
Which
this is
bring
the
which
time.
brings to the topic. Was it mistake for you to move to Spain?
Uh,
Big question. You mentioned.
there's 2 weeks when I feel like it was a mistake. This week when everyone like dresses up this way,
Yeah.
and week in June when everyone just goes out and you cannot sleep until the 6 a.m. These 2 weeks. The other day is not so. I do not feel like it was a mistake, even though sometimes I feel homesick. I, I don't feel homesick. I cannot say like I miss my country when people say, especially the Southern Americans, they say a lot that they miss their country, and I do not feel like this. I,
I
I
agree.
guess you know the sentiment,
I agree
but
100%.
yeah, 100%. But there are like people I miss, like the friends. We had like these talks and connections, and I feel like something are changing in their lives. Like they are having babies, they are like moving to a new home, and I have missed all those events in their life. like some had weddings and some had like this uh, events about the baby showers and so on. So I completely missed that. And we do not have, me and you at this moment, we do not have this like financial security and situation when you can just like say, okay, tomorrow my friend has a wedding and I'm going to fly. So
Yeah.
I guess more money is going to solve these problems. But at this moment, this is just like it. How was about you? Do you feel
That's
like
a weird
I'm
question for me because I'm going through the phases, like every single day you ask me, not a single day, but every year I would say it's going through the phases. Like a first year was for me, it was like a rebellious, because you are emigrating, so you are going out from your country, leaving your family potentially. Some people could bring with families, and you leave people the friends. So you had to have some good reason, right?
Mhm,
Nobody does just like, oh, I wake up today and I have everything in my country and I feel very good and I have friends, family, and everything, and I'm just gonna leave everything and I'm gonna move to another country. So
mhm.
for me, it was like a rebellious phase at first year where like I don't like my country, so that's why I moved out. It's like it was a third world country, so now I move over the first world. Then I'm like update. I gained another level. So I had me like for 1 year that like I don't miss anything. A second year was like I miss my family, and I
Mhm.
visited. I made a mistake to visit, and then I remember why I left. It's always you go and like, yeah, I now I remember. So I try to keep remembering, and I like, okay, I know what happens in the country, and now first year I don't even check the news of my country, like of Georgia, anything, what was happening there. Second year I started like, okay, what is happening there? Maybe I need to go back. Maybe I need to visit my family and stuff. Then now I have a weird part where I kind of continue learning about my culture, the music, the food and stuff. I discover new stuff about my country. And I miss that, but the thing is, I miss things that I did not had when I was in my when I was in Georgia. So I'd say like I miss Ringali, but when was the last time I ate Ringali? When I was in Georgia. It's I
Yeah,
eat like once in 2 months, I guess.
yeah, I feel the same way. I completely understand it. I have this phase as well. Right now, I'm just like, I have in my country, if there was like a, if I was dying hungry by hunger, I would not remember that there was hachapuri to eat. If someone was offering me, I was like, no, this shit, I do not like it. Now every week, I'm just like, okay, now I'm going to make hachapuri.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's
now
how I feel.
offer people to have this food and they will be excited how the amazing the food is. And I'm just like, whoa, I was not doing it in my country. I was not like kind of
Mm.
respectful. I was not curious. So now I'm just like, okay, it seems like we have this like books about old Georgian cuisine, and I downloaded the book. I am reading the language, which is like old, and it
Which is
was
very weird. We haven't done any of that. When you're living in your country, you don't care about your culture because it's everywhere.
yeah, it's everywhere, exactly. And then and like last week, I saw every Georgian folk dance. Just I opened the YouTube, I started typing, and I saw I watched Dicey, watched Horomi, I watched everything, and I was like, this is so cool, oh my God.
Yeah, this is like, I guess comparing to other countries that we had like a history of more than eight, no more, I would say, yeah, 8,000 years. So we have
Mm,
done stuff, and it takes a lot of living to discover what specifically Georgia has done. And
yeah,
then you realize, okay, there's too many stuff, and you kind of miss. But I don't know what I'm missing. Like I know I miss my family. Everybody does who emigrates and leave people back and people behind. But when I say miss my country or miss my culture,
yeah,
I miss
like,
the stuff that I haven't done or I haven't. cooking. Like I haven't cooked khachapuri in my country, but here I cook like once in a month. Like, hey, that's a good treat for myself.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. It happened to me as well. I do not
Yeah.
know. And then was like and you told me when you had like this cringe moment about other Georgians who were embracing their culture. And I thought about it as well. One time I remember I was in a event of my mixed martial arts, and there was like, well, many of the fighters are from Spain or from Southern America, and one guy appeared that he was from Georgia, and he went out on the fighting scene on Georgian music. It was just like Tiuluri or something like this fighting music. And it gave me if and people were like excited because they heard something different and it was upbeat. And I was sitting like this because my friends were telling me, hey, look, this guy is Georgian. And I was sitting like this. I was so cringed. And this guy won his fight and was crying in Georgian that like Georgia is so good. And I was so cringe. I was like, no, no, I'm not here. And no one has this kind of impression, but I
I
was
feel
so
cringe when anyone of any country does that. Like I seen Americans do it. Like oh, like a USA. I'm watching that. Like okay, you live in a country, yeah, for sure. Everybody lives in a country, so it's like going like you never see like people going from Vatican as maybe like a pope and in another country in a pub and screaming Vatican, Vatican. It doesn't make any
yeah,
sense, you know. It's
yeah,
or
yeah,
like
exactly.
you live in a country, we know everybody does. So I'm proud of what I was born. I'm proud of born in a specific place of the earth. That's everybody. So we are proud. That's good. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but shouting this out and force other people that I am then showing that I am proud of where I am born. Like, okay, everybody is born at some point in their Earth or on this planet. If you are born on Mars, that would be impressed. If you come down, you say again Mars, Mars, and we're like, this guy is so good.
Oh,
He's born on Mars. Amazing. But someone say I was born in I don't know, like Russia. It's like okay, this is a big country, so there is some chance that you are born in Russia, or like China is a big country, and if someone is born in China and they scream China, it's a big chance that you are born in China. A lot of people
yeah,
live
like a lot of people from China, so no
there.
one
So
is amazed.
that's like a kind of argument that it makes kind of when if you are from small country where there's
Mhm.
a little chance to get born in, kind of makes sense to shout out and scream. But maybe we are just haters, and it's a
Yeah,
way.
I don't know. I don't know. This is it's why, but I want like we should ask another people who have like this similar kind of number of people in their country, our neighbors
Yeah.
probably, and how they feel. But to be honest, in this kind of situation, I haven't seen the other people really shouting about their countries. So it was like a new, not new, but I have not. There is not many situations I have seen these people like from small countries or from big countries shouting, "Hey!" I'm like, so
To be honest, to connect the dots, I have seen only people from USA shouting their country names. I've seen people from UK shouting their country's name, and people from Georgia. You see the pattern of white people. It connects. We cannot avoid this topic. We are white.
Caucasian, proper Caucasian.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We are the OG white, and they are
yeah,
just like
yeah, yeah, exactly. Maybe.
spin-offs, all the spin-offs.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, I have to shout. Everyone should know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
kind giving it's giving me that energy for me. It's not proud or more than like a show off and force other people to know about your small country. And maybe
Yeah,
don't care like if everybody shouts, if I'm on the event and everybody shouts their country names, it's okay.
yeah,
I'm okay with
exactly.
that. It's a thing that we do.
Yeah, there was like some components of the representing your country I do not like, doesn't bother me, like wearing papahi. And if people come out from this original stuff, I'm okay because I'm seeing it, I can interpret it, I can ask, hey, what it is, and it just like sparks my curiosity to learn and to understand. But this kind of forcing, you're right. If someone is just like forcing you to hear, forcing you to attend, they're shouting and this kind of performance, it's cringy, it becomes cringy. But if I'm an event, like
But
okay.
culture is like such a pain topic for other people, like such a painful topic. And you can be like someone is wearing their own like a folk clothes, like very old ancient clothes, and they look like okay, we know like Egyptians because of the movies and stuff, and they some kind of copy that. If I see someone wear Egyptian clothes, maybe I recognize from the movie, or maybe Roman clothes, and I can recognize. But it's such a not good thing to if you're born in Rome and dress like old Roman person. That's not a good culture. That's not good people. They were not good people. If you dress as
Yeah,
a Georgian, I agree with that. If you're shouting and forcing your culture on me and forcing me to ask you questions, okay. But if you're just wearing your own clothes from your own country and Asian clothes maybe and everything, that's okay.
yeah,
If I
yeah,
come and ask a questions, that's okay because it grabs like a curiosity. What's happening? Why this person is dressed? But
yeah,
there is
exactly.
many countries who go to competitions and and many people represent their countries, and nobody's shouting Canada or okay,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
shout the USA, but nobody's
yeah,
shouting oh, I'm from Poland. And yeah, they have
yeah,
like a crazy history also, but people know about Poland.
yeah.
And I know
Maybe
where this is coming from. Sorry.
that's it. Like people know about Poland and people know about Italy, for example, and Spain, and we are like so small that even the name, if you say I'm Georgian, they're like, "Oh, okay, it's the United
The
States."
state.
So it's like um as a trauma that no one knows us. So we feel like maybe there is something that forces us to shout, that everyone sees us and everyone um, takes takes us into consideration that we are here. I do not know.
Yeah, I asked the question about the type of people who does that, and that's the reason.
No, okay,
They
we
want to bring the
what
name.
mm.
Okay, let's say like everybody knows where Georgia is and everybody knows about our culture. What changed? People people know now, and if Georgia disappears tomorrow, it's be like a 2 months and they're gonna forget because
Yeah,
it's you have to take care of your country. It's telling other people, it raises the tourism. So
hmm,
kind of brings money to your country. So maybe I would do it if I was like a popular sportsman or something like that. Maybe I would say,
yeah,
okay, this is Georgia, and I would, in a, like a norms of being polite, I would explain about my country, and I would do like, but it's like there's a healthy way to do it, and there's a strong Georgian forcing way to do it. It's like shouting, "Hey, come to my country and eat ringali." It's like I will do it if I want to. You cannot force me.
yeah, it's exactly that's it. Well, let's see.
But that's your culture and mine also. So that's where we're coming from. Kind of one of the big reasons why I left.
Mm.
Many of the reasons, and people maybe don't understand. Like Georgian people, if I say this is the reason, like because you see like it's like a mask of I love my country. It's outside, but inside it's like a different reasons why people do it. It's like mostly it's like I want to show off and I want to show other people that I have something different. And being a different in modern era, like right now, if you want to be different, that's hard because everything is done. Like everybody has done everything. So if you have this small thing, like oh I'm from Georgia and it's just different from nobody knows about my country. It's like small thing. And if you shout out, you say like oh I love my country. It's like a mask outside, but inside you want to be different. That's why you do it. Because if you are
Yeah,
from Canada, you don't shout your country's name because everybody knows about Canada. And I'm kind of jealous. I wish everybody knew about Georgia, of course, but I don't want to people know about it like that. That's a
yeah,
different.
yeah, me too. Like, I can carry Georgian flag with me on my championship, for example, that everyone knows. Ah, this girl is like okay, but I'm not going to. I won't and just like, hey, we are this way, Georgia is this way, we win everything. I'm just like, no, thank you. And about the reasons, what was it like your top three reasons you left? Like, you like, okay, this three.
You tell me yours first.
Yeah.
Because I can write a book. We all were telling about your last roommate we know, with a mutual friend of ours, and we were talking. And I said like we can write probably a big book about the reasons why I left, like a
Is it
big
one
book.
I cannot find the place in this. Oh my God.
We are doing your house tour and
And the
podcast
run
at the same time. It's a
this is
multi definition video. You can do a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
it's a big house. I'm just like going to sit here in the entrance, but I do not like lighting. Okay,
Top
the
three.
top three. Well, first is for me, uh, is the attitude, probably. The people around me had always had this attitude. Uh, I cannot really describe. I can say this like vibe was off for me as always. Like when I was doing something or I wanted to try something new. Um, I have not really I was not really able to share with the people because I was like always skeptical and a cynical attitude about everything. So I was like, I felt really overwhelmed, especially at work when I was going out and I had different interests than other people. And it was weird. Like, for example, on our job, your last job, your previous job, and for examples, there was like a tradition to go out on Friday night to drink. I do not like drinking. I do not enjoy drinking, especially every week. If there is some celebration, okay, but I'm not this kind of person. So at that time, I did not have this like courage to say, this is not for me. I'm going to go, for example, to the gym and I'm going to do my thing. So I was trying to fit in. I always was trying to fit in. And then I was really tired. So I can say that I decided to run from this kind of situation. Maybe for some people they not really understand because they are like more pushy and they say no, I do not like the situation and I'm going to push through it and say and live my way. So I was not like this kind of mentally stable at that moment. So I was like, I want to run. I cannot um, I do not want to be under this pressure, this kind of people. The other one was probably the same kind of the, similar reason, the expectations of the people around me. And I was thinking that when in my family, uh, there was so many expectations about me because I was learning. I was a good student at school, and at first, no one was forcing me to be good. I was just naturally curious. Was interested in every subject. And then it became an expectation that you should have to be good, you have to study good, you have to go to the best university, you have to be like this and that. And at some moment, I didn't really know what was my natural interest and what was this like forced. So and this like pressure never stops. Like first you have to be a good student and then you should marry. For example, in our country when we are pushing women to marry to have children because without family you're like I really want you to live without family. And I do not feel like this is what I want and I should like maybe there is some kind of different environment where I can live. And the third one, mm, well, there's like reasons, many reasons of running away. The third one, I don't know. Just like I always wanted to be in another culture. I just didn't really imagine and thought about Spain. So I was trying to go to United States to to the UK, to like the big countries. Even I was no, and I have not, never thought about Germany as well, but it's like major countries where you can speak English. So Spanish was just like a new thing, and I guess just mm, have this touch point to another culture, but mainly running away from pressure and expectations. I have to say this.
Oh. That's a good sum up, but it also seems like we are coming out as haters of our country. It's like we say a lot of shit that like nobody like. But I kind of met like with Italy. It's like everybody loves Italy, and everybody's like Italy. Oh, it's so good, the culture and food and everything and so on. I kind of met recently people who like us can see their country in real. And
Mhm.
currently, it's happening like a crazy stuff in Italy. Like people who like the whole Italy is right now are in shock about this. The court. I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but there was this guy who killed his boy girlfriend
Oh,
and
no.
killed putting 78 stabs or something like that. So a lot of stabbing what happened. And now they argue with that this guy had zero experience how to kill someone. Basically, this is like sum up what they argue. And this guy had no experience killing someone, so he did stab because of he don't know how to kill a person. So that's why he
Oh,
was stabbing, not because he's like a psycho or something like that. So it's kind of like you don't expect from Italy something like that. It's like okay, this country is developed. They
mm,
had mafia and they had like a Mussolini and stuff, but still, it's like this country is a good country. And yeah, I thought there was no limit on Zoom, but there's a limit on Zoom.
mm,
And you thought that, okay, this is crazy. Like, how would I do not know about this? So that's how people in Georgia look in one way, and then you look in the other way, which is like, oh, Georgia is like so nice and everything is good, and you go the good food and the culture and everything. So I met like a lot of people from Italy, and it's kind of gets me like these people tell me a lot of bad stuff also happened, and there's a lot with mafia and fascism and what happened. It's kind of feeling like I want to meet people from every country like us
mm.
to tell us what actually is happening in their country and not just like
Yeah, yeah,
who
yeah.
they are and like all the culture and food. It's like just general stuff, just the tip of the iceberg, and you go down and you're like, wow, the crazy thing is happening. So I think people like us are in every country, and we should provide the reasons like when you emigrate, mostly people like us emigrate from their countries, and you can tell without like any pressure or anything. Why did you left? What was the
Yeah.
like top three reasons? That
Mm,
thing is like a usual people leave and they say like, oh, economic situation was bad,
mm,
or they say like, I could not live in my country because of someone was being very mean to me and I could not get out and move another city or something and I choose to go, or like education is not good in my country, so I moved and get to the another university, or usually it's like mostly with young people. Also, old people doesn't matter. Like, oh, I needed to see like other countries and explore. And of course, that's a good reasons. That's same reasons as me, but that's not like top three reasons. You know,
yeah.
it's
What
like
are the
same
top three?
reasons, same reasons. I can say you can say this to every immigrant who
Mm,
emigrates. Every immigrant is gone through these phases and thinking, okay, that's why I left. For me, like top one reason is very hard to specify and very hard to say, but I agree with not fitting in. But the
mhm,
problem is not like I am different. I just discovered that problem was not like I'm in Georgia and I have different hobbies and different interests and you don't care about my hobbies and interests. The problem was that they are forcing you to change.
mhm,
That's the issue. Like if you say that, oh, I like arts and I like to draw something, and in the room nobody likes art and nobody draws, they
mhm.
force you to, okay, you are like a bad person for doing that, and you are a horrible person for. They don't say this like specifically, but they
Yeah,
make you feel. They make you
yeah,
feel
that's
like
what it is. Yes. Yeah,
they make you
exactly.
feel like you don't uh, kind of fit in, and you are not with us. You are outsider. So we are gonna make fun of you. We are going to make jokes. We are gonna give you nicknames. We are gonna bully you. So it's kind of like, why? So in here, there's also people. I met many people who doesn't drink. And you know, in Spain, we like to drink. Everybody likes to go have a good time. And you start drinking at, yeah, 2 p.m. or something like that. But I'm hanging out with my friends and 10 of us are drinking and we see one person who doesn't drink, I'm not gonna make fun. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna force myself. I'm not gonna force the drink because it's a big thing in Georgia. They force you to
Yeah.
drink. I'm not gonna do any of this. Like I'm gonna accept this person is sober and I'm gonna start having conversation and everything. It's the same. Like I genuinely afraid of people who doesn't eat meat in Georgia, the vegetarians or vegans.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody eats meat because I understand Georgia is like a lot of mountain, a lot of rocky plains and everything. So everybody is like, oh, you should eat meat, you should do this, and you should do everything, which is it comes from culture. I understand we are meat culture mostly, but you don't have to force the other people who doesn't eat meat. And here
Yeah.
I know in Europe mostly and in Spain, everybody accepts. This is like top reason for me. I would say this is part of the quality of life. If you say the quality of life, it's everything, but part of the quality of life is better in here, even though the salary is maybe it's the same or the lower, maybe. I don't know what people have good salaries in Georgia. It's not like economics for me or like oh, money is not good, everything. It's like I have less money maybe, but I have a better quality of life because
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that one fact that people can accept me whoever I am.
Yeah, because this mental pressure and mental stress is just taken away from you. So you have like a lot of energy to think about the things you are really interested in, and without this kind of pressure. If I stay outside and if I present myself as I am, should I be bullied? And you will be. Should I be like, I don't know, pushed and just, yeah, outsider? You will be outsider, yes, definitely. And I was feeling the same way always, and even with uh, sometimes with the friends like who were close to me, they were like still hesitant, and some of them are just immigrated, also kind of immigrants as well, and now I they get the situation I was in because they have this like this kind of same feeling, so yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah. For me, in top three reasons would be quality of life.
Mhm.
And I don't mean money. I always say quality of life. Money doesn't mean that it's a
Definitely not.
big thing in Georgia. Like I would say right now you can have less salary because the salary is getting lower and lower, the minimum wage. But like 5 years ago, we could have like same salary. So for me, it's not like a money thing. Like I need money to have a good life. It's like most of the things I do is free, and I have
Yeah.
like an amazing time. And if I had to pay for drinks and having a good time, it's also like, of course, I'm gonna pay for drinks and having like some going to some events and pay for entering, for example. That's normal. That's normal in every country and every event. So yeah, that's quality of life, which is walking the streets. Like, have you ever thought about how nice it is to walk down in the streets?
I didn't share this video with you. My friend shared sent me on Instagram, and there's like a Georgian journalist asking Spanish couple about the how they feel in
Yeah,
the
I know.
country. At first, I like no one is smiling, and they were so like tense about this, and I was like, this is the reason, because you go out. I didn't really enjoy going out to the streets and walk around because everyone was so tense. And if I want to enjoy my life and I show it on my face, they're like, "Are you enjoying your life? Are you
Or
fucking mad?"
are you
They're like,
bloody?
okay, okay, okay. And I had
Yeah,
this
no,
like face,
no.
and I still have this face when I go out, and people are just like smiling, and they're like, well, why this girl has this face? Because I was born in Georgia. I do not know.
Yeah.
I have this.
That's a Balkan stuff, I would say. That's more like a Balkan countries and Eastern Europe stuff. But still, it touches me. It's my heart and it kills my soul every time. I should be able to smile. It's like you live a life only once, and I could not smile. It's like I could not enjoy my life because I'm gonna become the outsider. Problem maybe more, I don't know what happens in other Eastern European countries or Balkans. maybe if you smile and you actually enjoy life, you can find your people.
Hmm.
But I feel like in Georgia, this your people like will be five human being and that's it. So you cannot
Yeah,
actually. But when you go, you feel like you are outsider. And I would say everybody who grew up in Georgia having this kind of feeling that I don't want to be outsider because you know what it's like. I don't want to make anybody outsider also because you know
yeah,
what it's like to get pushed off. And that's because of this feeling. I always say that my country kind of kicked me out because of
yeah.
made me feel like outsider my whole life. And I'm kind
Mm.
of outsider syndrome, or I don't know if you call anything. I'm kind of like, you're kicking me out, so I'm gonna go. I guess I don't want to get kicked out. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I just do not want to push this rock.
Yeah,
It's okay. So I'm going to just, if you cannot move the rock, you have to move out. So
true.
just
I
stay,
agree.
just
Yeah,
stay. It's
this meeting is gonna end. I hate Microsoft. I'm gonna finish like this, and we can
okay.
finish the episode. I hate Microsoft so much. I hate the big companies. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
yeah.
See you. We should end. We should exit like the most corporate way. Like say bye like 10 times. Like bye. Okay. 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 See you. See you on
Okay, I
Monday. See
don't
you.
know how to
Bye.
lose.
Okay.
I, I do not know how to leave the meeting. Okay, I do not
Okay.
know.
Okay. Bye. I'm gonna stop recording now.